Hello, what's happening? Matt, aka Lethal Frag here. We're doing a commentary on some of my first gaming memories, kind of how I got into gaming from childhood to present. I've gotten quite a few requests for this video, so let's get started. My very first memory gaming is playing Frogger on the Atari. My aunt had an Atari, and she had a couple games for it. I can't remember the name of the game, but you jump back and forth on the lily pads. It's like the game they play in Grandma's Boy. But anyways, I think the reason I remember this is they scared the crap out of me one night. I got to play Frogger for like an hour. I don't think I would have remembered that. But they lived in this creepy old, like really old school log house. And I was only 3. And then they came downstairs in the middle of the night wearing like witch and werewolf masks, my cousin and my aunt did, and just scared the living crap out of me. And I freaked out so bad, they let me spend the rest of the night staying up playing Atari. So I got like a good 8-hour session in on Frogger, and that's actually one of my very first memories, and I think that's how gaming started for me. And going past that, I was a huge player of Nintendo. My grandma bought a Nintendo for her house when I went to go stay there, and I got to play lots of Duck Hunt and Mario, and I ended up getting a Nintendo at my house shortly after that, leading into Super Nintendo. I had lots of good times. Well, Super Mario 3. Going back to Nintendo, my friend's dad went to Japan, and he came back with this game, and it was like 2 cartridges slapped together with this gold ribbon, and it had like 156 Nintendo games on it. So we played the crap out of that, and that had Contra on it. So that was my first real shooter experience. We used to beat Contra over and over again with that 99 lives code. And here's another little funny gaming story, is on there they had Strip Tetris. It was a Japanese-only game. And me and my friend played that for days and days and just could not beat it. And then like 2 weeks later we finally got to see those 8-bit boobies. It was pretty awesome. Definitely remember that as a high point in my childhood gaming career. And then I took a little break from gaming after Super Nintendo. I didn't really get that much into Nintendo 64 except for Mario. But for Christmas one year, I got a PlayStation 1 with Twisted Metal, and that is still one of my favorite series to play. I'm really looking forward to the new one, coming out, I think, next year. I'm really excited to see multiplayer on that game. And then I think what really kicked it off for me after that was I got Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation. I couldn't believe it was 4 discs. And I beat that game, I want to say 3 times. I know I did one really good playthrough where I had like 120 hours. And that was the first game I really dove into, really enjoyed the story, really got there. And then after that, I took another break from gaming because I had a PlayStation 2, and it ended up eating my discs. I got about 90 hours into Final Fantasy X, and it just ate my 3rd disc. And I was so sad, I just stopped gaming for a while. I didn't do anything. But then, we got an Xbox, and after I had an Xbox for about 3 months, Xbox Live came out. And this changed my life. Probably not for the better, but it definitely changed my life. I got MechAssault, and I played this game religiously for like 12 to 14 hours a day. And I can easily say I was one of the top 3 Hackman pilots in the entire world. That was definitely my obsession into online gaming. That was my first real, multiplayer experience, and I absolutely loved it. And, from there, I just hopped from shooter to shooter. We played Halo, we played Rainbow Six, played, Call of Duty 4, which is still my favorite shooter of all time, Modern Warfare 2, and then when Black Ops came out with the theater mode, that's when I got on YouTube and started making videos, and really started enjoying myself playing video games. I actually spent more time in the theater on Black Ops than anything. That's really the history of me up to this point. And I want to throw this out there. If you have a cool gaming story, or you remember your first video game experience as being really memorable, go ahead and leave a comment. I love talking about this kind of stuff with people, because I think all of us as gamers have those really ingrained memories on what got us into gaming, and what brought us to this point. I've definitely logged a ton of hours into video games. I have had points in my life, though, where I haven't played for, 6 months or a year. But, I'm a gamer. I'm always going to be a gamer. And now that we're into this YouTube thing, there's no stopping. I am definitely enjoying myself. I'm looking forward to all sorts of new games coming out next year. Most notably Diablo 3, which is going to be a 180 for me for playing FPS for so long. You know, I just wanted to share my little stories there. I definitely have quite a few gaming memories that spin up a lot of my childhood and a lot of my adolescent life. That's about all I got. Frag out.